this is how the top 8 has shaked out. At the end, we have Goblins and a Red-Black Sack. Dancy Pants, Martin Lich King getting ready for our finals here. The DWC Organizational number 5. You guys want to maybe talk a little bit about the matchup while I set up our feature?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that like Red-Black is favored.
Yeah. I mean, I also think Red-Black is favored. From the gameplay we've seen, it was like the only draw there that could potentially win the game was Muxus, and then the Muxus had to get very lucky from that big swingy turn, and I think that's kind of how it goes for Red. They get a narrow window where some very lucky rolls can win them the game, but otherwise their board just gets controlled. Anything they top deck late dies to the engine that's assembled by Red-Black. So I suspect Red-Black win this unless Goblins gets considerably lucky.
Yeah. I mean, Goblins could also just have a draw that lines up kind of weird. Like they could end up with like a Cat Oven draw, and then
That's
Goblins
true.
ends up with like a Muxus draw, like where they have a lot of aggressive like starts. Like that can happen.
Probably also true that more of Goblins' hands are like the Goblins is slightly more consistent than Red-Black. Like more of its hands do the same thing, whereas Red-Black needs a couple pieces to come together to really be able to control Goblins' board.
True, yeah.
So we could see something like that, as you were saying, like Red-Black just kind of spin its wheels, not really have an engine. Maybe it gets to sack things twice, and then it runs out of gas, and then Goblins sort of has some stuff left over.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking as far as sideboard options. I mean, it's going to be the same thing, right? Like you're going to bring in what did they have? What's the red destroy card?
Red Cat Melee?
Yeah, Red Cat Melee, probably 1 or 2 copies. You don't really have much else. Probably bringing in Incinerator to deal with the priest out of Goblins when they board, I assume,
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder if we'll see Plague again. I have to assume, like cards like this.
Yeah, I think the sideboard strategies are going to remain consistent from what we've seen of the players.
Yeah, I'm not really like expecting anything different. But I would be not surprised to see Red-Black Sacrifice. This was a deck I played, and I am not even great at playing it. I had pretty good results with it when I was testing it out in preparation for this tournament, basically, just to get a familiarity with it. And I don't really play the Sacrifice decks over the course of Standard. I didn't play much of them. So I know Stelly and Cam both played tons. I think Stelly played tons of Jund, and Cam played tons of Red-Black.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really played them. And even then, I didn't even matter pilot-wise. There was just tons of power behind the deck that my familiarity didn't even seem to matter that much. I felt so comfortable with the deck just on its power level alone. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that it's favored, but at the same time, like, I mean, we just saw Muxus just, come out of nowhere and absolutely.
Yeah. It's also a big deal here that since Dancy Pants has sort of ran over this tournament and was first seeded to Swiss, they got to choose to play first. So they are on the play. And when the sort of quote more aggressive of 2 decks,
well, and they
play
have
first,
and they have a really good start here. Like we're right into the finals. Yeah. This is the Skirk Prospector into Instigator. I mean,
the fact that you get to play on game 1 means that if it goes to game 3, you also get to play on game 3.
Yep.
Or on game 2. I mean, if you lose, like you get to play at least twice.
We see Acclaim the Firstborn trying to get rid of a Skirk Prospector. You see how scary it is. Oh, and a 1-drop on top for the conspicuous
Snoop into 1-drop off the top. I mean, I'm not surprised Dancy Pants has made it to the finals here with draws like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clearly been running hot all day.
I think Red-Black's favored, but I mean, Dancy Pants has been out here undefeated with the Gobos, and also this hand from Red-Black looks awful. This hand from Goblins, insane.
Yeah, 4 terrains in hand for Martin Lich King. Not what you want in this matchup. We've got an insanely quick. Oh my god.
This is
This is insanity. And there's the matron to go get a Muxus, and it's the concession.
Snoop has the Krenko activation. I completely forgot about that text.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Wow.
Oh, quick game 1 win from Dancy Pants there. It looks like he's deciding for the same sort of strategy he brought in last time, bringing in the Ruin Blasters. Just wants to pound the terrains of the Red-Black Sack deck, set them back.
Yeah, his terrains aren't going to pound themselves, Stelly.
No, I'm big fan of that. No plagues coming in from Martin Lich King. We saw Ricky last match in the semis opt to bring in the virulent plagues, but Martin Lich King doesn't want to fight on that axis. Let's see what our openers have. Pretty quick keeps from both players here.
Yeah, this is a spicy one from the Gobbo side too. But some good removal.
Yeah. The Red Cat melee looking to line up. I mean, ideally, its ideal target is Mayhem Devils. Only black creatures so far in Martin Lich King's hand, so might have to sack a land to that to stop this priest.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this priest plus Braided Scorpion claim is going to do a ton of work. Ooh, and a second Red Cat melee.
Wow, prioritizing the firstborn again.
Yeah, I mean, it stops the mana, and Skirk can always sack itself, so you don't need any other support.
Yep.
Oh, did you see that? He tricked him into sacking his own prospector. Had no way to sacrifice the.
Well, he could sack
Oh,
it
you
with
can
Skirk
sack itself.
himself.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Disregard
what I was
what I'm
just
saying.
Yeah, that would be amazing though.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, he got him.
I wonder if he just plays the devil. You like praying he plays this devil here, right? Oh. You gotta be so. You look at that. He's hovering both of them instantly. Never seen a Goblins player so happy in my life.
All right, here comes War Chief. Going to come across for 2 points of damage.
Hmm. Yeah, I like just getting in here. Although interesting, does melee hit planeswalkers? I believe it does, right?
It does.
Or no? It does.
I think it does.
I think it does as well.
Yeah.
In which
let me
case,
check.
God,
Red
Phyrexian
Cat
Tower
melee.
is good.
Creature or Planeswalker, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Oh, you get to play the chieftain here and kill the Chandra. Maybe they'll block too. Tempting to swing at the Chandra and see if they'll block it. I doubt they would, but maybe they would. Yeah.
Thinking about it.
Kind of a wasted 2 damage in some ways. That's the only part that feels bad.
Yeah, but you could be thinking, like, if they intend to flashback their eliminate with their Chandra, then it stays alive if they block.
Right.
All right, we have an uptick on the Chandra. Priest of the Forgotten Gods follow-up with a Cauldron Familiar.
Well, now that they plussed it, instead of just hitting you, it's tempting to melee it and then muxes them, right?
Yeah. Can you muxus them?
You can, but you wouldn't
with
get
tower.
Yeah. With tower you could, but I think you can just wait.
I don't think you can wait, because otherwise you're doing nothing and Priest gets your
Yeah.
Goblin.
Oh! This card, man. This card is so
Okay.
messed up.
Maybe I
What
don't
the
know.
hell is
Maybe-
happening?
I don't know.
How are you supposed to beat this?
I
That's
All right.
just insanity.
I mean,
Alright.
okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just fair and balanced magical card, I guess. Muxus, yeah. Get his terrain for the Robins, get that tower.
Oh yeah. You love to see it. How much damage are we doing?
God. Oh my god.
That was
Get this-
unbelievable.
Get Dancy Pence in here for a winner's interview.
Oh
Yeah,
my
already messaged.
god.
Oh my lord. Wow. Well, Mux has been pretty kind.
Wow.
It won't-
That was wild.
Yeah, crazy. So Dancy Pants is in chat with us. He's got himself muted. Can maybe hear us. I also messaged. We'll see if they respond.
What a crazy couple of Muxes flips. And the one in the semis too, man. That's got to be your favorite card of all time. Look what it just did.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Muxus
Insane.
off the
So-
top in the semifinals. Steals that game from Red Black Sack. Muxus there. Back-to-back games. That card is something else, guys.
That card was on. I mean, that card was just the entire semifinals and finals. I mean, this Goblins deck went undefeated. We talked, as much as there was all these sack decks in the finals and sack decks everywhere. I mean, yeah, but it didn't matter. They just got muxed.
Yeah. So Dancy Pants doesn't have a mic, so no winners interview.
Oh, it's okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Cool. Well, maybe I can talk to him about it. But yeah, I don't know. This is cool. Historic's even getting new toys. I don't know. This was like such a fun tournament to cast. I can't believe how fast this went by.
Yeah, it was quick. I mean, well, with games like that, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, that was by far the fastest finals we've ever had, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolutely no kidding. All right, I'm gonna make an announcement for.
Wow. Well, thank you everyone who tuned into the stream today. We appreciate you being here for the DWC Organizational number 5. One more time, thank you to wizardtower.com for sponsoring the event. And thank you all of you for playing, tuning in, and supporting us. If you want to catch more of us, you can find us here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern for DWC Versus. We also have our weekly podcast, which on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, every podcast platform. If you
and on
want
DWC.gg.
DWC.gg, of course. And if you want to support us, you can support us here on Twitch through a Twitch sub or on Patreon, patreon.com/DWC Podcast. Got a bunch of sweet benefits for supporters on Patreon, including custom DWC tokens, full access to the DWC Discord, as well as t-shirts and playmats for our merch tier. So if that interests you, definitely consider checking that out. And yeah, I mean, that wraps up the day for us, boys. It was a great event. Any last words before we close things out for the day?
Historic, this was like one of the funnest tournaments we've casted in a while. I had a super fun time. I'm really glad everyone tuned in. Sorry, all the people who turned out to play. It was really fun. Tons of different decks. Yeah, and even though there's a bunch of sacrifice decks, a lot of different decks were doing well. The gameplay looked really cool. There were a lot of different decisions, lots of different decks. So hopefully we can have another historic tournament soon, especially with the Amonkhet release that's coming up. And
see how it shakes up the format.
See what happens with the format. But currently, I think the format's in a good spot. The gameplay seems pretty fun. Maybe Muxus is a problem.
I am curious to see Muxus's Tinder profile, because man, does that goblin get lucky.
If anyone wants to check out the top 8 lists from the tournament today, including Dancy Pants' winning goblin list, ! Tournament in chat, we'll link it to you. We'll also be posting all of the lists on our Twitter at DWC Podcast 1 if you want to check it out there. You can also find our organization page on MTG Melee if you search the Disorganized Wizards Club, which has lists from every single event we've run. Yeah, on that note, thank you again. And for Adam, Cam, and the DWC, signing out. We'll see y'all next time. Cheers.
Later.
Yeah.